Hello, you guys. Welcome back to Channel Claire. I hope that you're doing well wherever you are in this crazy, crazy world. Now, this is going to be just a quick little video because I saw this video come down my timeline and I was like, interesting. So we're going to preface this because, as I spoke in my last video, the Daily Express had done an article on Kate coming back from her cancer treatment. And they had a headline that was 2 sentences. And then days later, because they got a call from their comps team over in KP, they switched up the headline to the point where it's 4 lines, almost a paragraph for a headline. So we know that William and Kate's team are infiltrated into the U.S. press. The U.S., the American opinion matters. They want us to like them. Does that feel good? JK. But they want us to like them. That's the honest truth. So they've now infiltrated into the U.S. media. So I'm going to preface that before I play this video, because a lot of people are going to say, well, obviously this is just Meghan and Harry's camp going into the media. They have a connection with US Weekly, and they told them to put this video up, maybe even paid for it. But if that's the case, it would need to be the same for William and Kate in their camp for them to be able to switch up a whole headline unnecessarily. So this is all we're going to do is just watch this little video. I'm going to say, for people who do not care for Meghan, this video may rub you the wrong way. It may irritate your nerves. It may do you in for the fucking day, because it is glowingly like, it is very much in Meghan's favor. So that is me just giving you a little warning beforehand before going in here. Because I know some people who dislike her watch these videos, which again, I absolutely love, but I find so interesting at the same time. So we're going to watch this video, and then I wanted to go to the comments, which I haven't really read. Again, this is not off of US Weekly directly. This is off of another account. I may have a point. It says Editor-in-Chief of US Weekly at Dan Wakeford explains why Meghan is once again, their cover story as current and former employees go on the record in support of her. Well, obviously it's also about the money. They get the clicks and the views from Meghan and Harry. They just do. And they know that. I will not get over Sky News writing a whole headline for Kate talking about her return and then putting up a picture of Meghan. Like, it's they can't get over it. It's fucking hilarious. So yes, it says here they're going on the record because I don't know if you knew, there was headlines saying that Meghan was this awful dictator making men cry, making grown men cry because she was just so awful as a boss, okay? Making her out to be this awful diva walking around stomping her feet, yelling out orders. I mean, the utmost, okay? So now, and that came from anonymous sources, all right? So now we have a people's names, faces, and they've gone on the record, and US Weekly has gone ahead and put out this video. So we're going to take a watch.
This week, we chose to put Meghan Markle as one of our covers again. To be honest, I didn't expect to do another cover on Meghan quite so soon, as we'd already covered her return to the spotlight just 2 months ago. However, Meghan was thrust into the center of the news once again because of negative headlines about how she conducts herself as a boss.
Not by her choice.
Claimed that those who work for Meghan are terrified of her.
Thrust into the headlines because they can't keep her name out of their mouths. They just all of a sudden wanted to start talking about some, oh, she's this dictator, she's making grown men cry, making up-ish to sell a paper to get the click and the view. Crazy.
And it included quotes from a source calling her a dictator in high heels who belittles people and has reduced grown men to tears.
Right, that's hold up. Right, is that not defamation of one's character? Cite the source. You want to make big claims like that, saying someone's a dictator in heels, making people cry, an awful person to work with? That is defamation. Why is this any article putting something out like that, risking themselves and not putting nobody's name on it? I just don't get, like, they're, oh my gosh, they're willing to risk, you know what? But we know that's what they do. Given the wiretapping, they don't give a fuck. They will go to the depths, the fucking gutter. They don't care. Tapping people's fucking phones and lying about it. It's just a mess. The media is a mess. And that's the British media and the US media. Like, I'm not going to say one is better than the other.
Because in the public eye, talk on the record about their jobs behind the scenes. So when we got the opportunity to talk to the current and former employees of the Duchess of Sussex and her husband, Prince Harry, I felt it was compelling enough to do a cover story. We talked to 5 staff on.
And, you know, I think this is appropriate because I'm always seeing tweets from, you know, that other side of things saying, oh, this person left their camp. This person left their camp. They can't keep staff. They can't keep staff. It's about the same over for William and Kate as well. Okay.
On the record and another 2 off the record. And they say that the previous anonymous allegations made are wildly inaccurate and damaging. They reveal an unprecedented look into Meghan and Harry's work world and also their private world behind the scenes. All 7 employees had a positive experience working for Meghan and Harry. Josh Kettler, who left in August, says he was warmly welcomed and they're dedicated and hardworking. Ashley Hansen, the global press secretary to the Duchess and the head of communications for Archewell, says her bosses couldn't have been more supportive when she had to take extended time off for a serious surgery. And Mandana Danyani, former Archewell COO, shares that some of her favorite memories were during weekly meetings in their Montecito home, where Meghan always served the most incredible lunches and snacks. The 7 current and former staff members describe a supportive and fun workplace that involves care packages, happy hours, karaoke nights, credit being given for great ideas, and everyday kindness. One staffer told us that their colleagues have been dumbfounded by these claims, saying the stories are likely made up by someone who's disgruntled. This story was important to tell as it shows a counter-narrative to the negative descriptions that have been
likely made up by someone who is disgruntled. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. There's a lot of people who are disgruntled about this couple, people who don't even know them, people who are not affected by them in any way, shape, or form. So that's a large list of people who just want to make up ish about Meghan and Harry, and in particular Meghan. So I'm actually glad that they're speaking back. I think it's a good thing when it's stuff that's just outrageous, such as calling one a dictator, especially in the climate that we're in. I think it's appropriate to put out a statement, say something about it, and, you know, respond. It's not always okay to be silent.
Given anonymously. And these employees wanted to come forward to tell their truth. We're here for a reason, says one of the current team members.
They wanted to, okay? Not forced, not a bribe, a payment. I'm sure people are going to think that anyway, but wanted.
If you come for our bosses, we're coming for you. We're just trying to do good. Catch the full story on usmagazine.com or on newsstands now.
I'm glad they have people in their corner that care and going to protect them. You know, you talk about our bosses, we're going to come for you. Like, it's just, they're about that. And they stood up for them and they supported them. They were willing to put their names down, faces, pictures, whatnot, to let people know what the real deal is. So I just wanted to share that with you guys because I thought that was interesting, because I did do a video on the headline of them calling her the dictator and just being hella fucking extra. So this is a nice way to close it out, to see that they actually responded about it, you know? So I will leave you guys there. I hope that you have a lovely rest of your day, your week, We're going to go into Wednesday tomorrow. It is fall. It's getting a little crisp and chilly in the mornings over here, which I love. So I'm like, oh, I can get my boots and my leggings and my sweaters out and do all that. Love it. And yeah, so I'm just going to see you guys in another video. Bye-bye.